So Bhagavad Gita, chapter 8, verse 2. Adi yagna katham kotra dehesmin madhusudana praya kale cha katham jenyosi nita atmabhiha. So we can, every word you can repeat. Adi Yagnaha, the Lord of Sacrifice. Katham, how. Kaha, who. Atra, here. Dehe, in the body. Asmin, this. Madhusudana, O Madhusudana. Prajna Kale, at the time of death. Cha, and. Katham, how. Jenyaha asi, you can be known. Nitya Atma Biha, by the self-controlled. Translation. Who is the Lord of sacrifice, and how does he live in the body? O Madhusudana, and how can those engaged in devotional service know you at the time of death? Purport. Lord of sacrifice may refer to either Indra or Vishnu. Vishnu is the chief of the primal demigods, including Brahma and Shiva, and Indra is the chief of the administrative demigods. Both Indra and Vishnu are worshipped by yajna performers. But here Arjuna asks who is actually the Lord of yajna, sacrifice, and how the Lord is residing within the body of the living entity. Arjuna addresses the Lord as Madhusudana because Krishna once killed a demon named Madhu. Actually, these questions, which are of the nature of doubts, should not have arisen in the mind of Arjuna, because Arjuna is a Krishna-conscious devotee. Therefore, though these doubts are like demons. Since Krishna is so expert in killing demons, Arjuna here addresses him as Madhusudana so that Krishna might kill the demonic doubts that arise in Arjuna's mind. Now the word Prajna Kale in this verse is very significant because whatever we do in life will be tested at the time of death. Arjuna is very anxious to know of those who are constantly engaged in Krishna consciousness. What should be their position at the final moment? At the time of death, all the bodily functions are disputed, and the mind is not in a proper condition. Thus, disturbed by the bodily situation, one may not be able to remember the Supreme Lord. Maharaj Kulashekar, a great devotee, prays, My Lord, my dear Lord, just now I am quite healthy, and it is better that I die immediately so that the swan of my mind can seek entrance at the stem of your lotus feet. The metaphor is used because the swan, a bird of the water, takes pleasure in digging into the lotus flowers. Its sporting possibility is to enter the lotus flower. Maharaj Kulashekar says to the Lord, "Now my mind is undisturbed and I am quite healthy. If I die immediately thinking of your lotus feet, then I am sure that my performance of your devotional service will be perfect. But if I have to wait for my natural death, then I do not know what will happen, because at the time of bodily functions will be disputed. My throat will be choked up, and I do not know whether I shall be able to chant your name. Better let me die immediately." Arjuna questions how a person can fix his mind on Krishna's lotus feet at such a time. So, who is the Lord of sacrifice, and how does he live in the body, O Madhusudana, and how can those engaged in devotional service know you at the time of death? So here, Prabhupada is writing so nicely that one should be always engaged in Krishna's service. Yeah, the Kulashekar, the pure devotee of Krishna, he's eager. He said, "Let me die immediately that I can always remember you." Because, yes, when you are sick, it's very difficult to think of Krishna. One becomes so bodily, in the bodily platform, and it's very difficult. But when you are healthy, when is healthy, it's easy to chant. Yes, this is what the King Kulashekar is explaining his devotion to Krishna. Even you can see that when great personalities write bhajans, at the end they say, "Bhaktivinoda Thakur, let me have shelter at your lotus feet." This is how the great devotees used to pray to Krishna, that yes, give me shelter at your lotus feet always, whatever happens. So Arjuna is a pure devotee of Krishna, and in the battlefield he saw all the kinsmen, and he said to Krishna, "Krishna, why should I fight? Why should I kill all these kinsmen, my relatives, my grandfather, Bhishmadev, my teacher, Dronacharya? So let me go in the forest." So here Krishna is not saying that, yes, you go in the forest and leave your body. He says, no, you fight. You are Kshatriya, your duty is to fight. So first we have to do our service, then we can think of leaving the body. So, yeah, so this is the Arjuna is bewildered, and he's not actually. Prabhupada said that he's a pure devotee. He don't get bewildered, but Krishna has to speak Bhagavad Gita for us, that we have the nectar Bhagavad Gita, that we can read and learn and understand what Krishna wants to say to us, what he wants to give us the instructions. So that's why he put Arjuna in this situation, that Krishna can speak Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita was spoken in the battlefield, not in no, everybody sitting and Krishna is speaking. No, it was in the battlefield. Both armies are ready to fight with weapons. They have weapons, and everybody is eager to start the war. And here Arjuna is speaking to Krishna, "My dear Krishna, no, please don't put me in this situation that I have to fight. I cannot do this." And he put his Gandhi bow down and he sat down. And then Krishna said, "You are mourning which is not benefit to you." And then, so all the two parties are wondering what's going in the middle of the battlefield. No? Krishna is speaking, and and Arjun is listening, and Arjun is asking questions. And Duryodhana is getting really bewildered. He's why what's happening now? Why they are talking in the middle of the battlefield? Why now we have to fight? I want to win and get my kingdom. And he came to Bhishma there, and he said, "What's happening here? You know, we are waiting for the war." And Bhishma Dev says, "Can you not just keep quiet for a while? If I can get a one word what Krishna is saying, I will give up all my pious activities." No? So, we are in the battlefield and there will be war. So have a little patience. No? Duryodhana has never patience, no? Because patience is a diamond quality of devotees, to have patience, to serve Krishna, and to not wait that I served this much years and I have no result. Krishna didn't give me any result. Still I'm standing on the same place where I was. No. This is not devotion. No. We have to let Krishna decide what he wants to do. So then, Krishna spoke whole Bhagavad Gita, and at the end what Krishna says, "So I have spoken Bhagavad Gita, now you decide what you want to do. It's up to you." So this is Krishna, Krishna is very kind. He gives us instruction and he said, "Okay, now you can decide what you want." No? He doesn't come with a stick, but Maya comes with a stick. No? This is the difference. Krishna is very kind. No? He has much patience for us. But Maya is can really makes the person so, finish the person off. All those material desires comes, and it's not easy. It's not a cheap game. No, it's really Krishna is not cheap. No, one cannot take Krishna in a cheap way. So then, then Krishna said, then Arjun said, "Yes, my dear Krishna, I understood it. I will fight now. Yuddham, karismeham." So he took his Gandhi bow, and then all the parties thought now there will be war. So then, and then the announcement was made by Yudhishthira Maharaj. He said, "Those ever who thinks that the Jai Prahlad Lakshmi Nrsimha Dev ki Jai." He said that whoever thinks that Duryodhana's side is religious and is benefiting you, please, you can go. And whoever thinks wants to come on my party, they can come.
Can you repeat that?
Yudhishthira Maharaj, he make an announcement that whoever from the party of Duryodhana wants to come in my party is allowed to come, and those who wants to go from my party to Duryodhana's party is also allowed to go, because he wants that everybody has right to do what they like, what they want. So then from Duryodhana's party, the stepbrother Vikarna, he came on the side of Yudhishthira, because he knew that Dharma is on the side of Yudhishthira Maharaj. Yeah. So then, and then Arjun, he And then Yudhishthira Maharaj went to Bhishma Dev for blessings. He went to Dronacharya for blessings before the war starts. He went to Kripacharya also blessings. And everybody blessed him to be victorious.
This was on the battlefield or before?
No, before the war starts.
But on the battlefield?
Yes, on the battlefield. Yeah. And Duryodhana was getting so angry because they are all giving him be victorious, And Bhishma Dev said to Duryodhana, if you go and fall at the feet of Yudhishthira Maharaj, he will also give you the blessings of be victorious. But you are so proud, you will never do that. But they are not proud, so they come and get the blessings. So please learn from that. This is very important that we take blessings from Vaishnavas for our devotional service. And yes, so then this was done, and then come the Arjun. He shoot the arrow at the where Bhishma Dev is standing to get the permission to fight. One he shoot in the front, and one he shoot at the back. And the front is for the blessings, and the back is for a permission to fight with him. And so this was done, and then, yes.
I'm sorry, Mataji, I could not hear it acoustically. What was the one?
At the back was get the permission to fight for against him. Okay. Yeah. And he did the same to Dronacharya also, because he is his teacher. He took the blessings, and he also take the permission. And Dronacharya says, you should fight, you should not see that I'm your teacher. I want to see how much you have learned from me, and how archer you are. So don't feel, oh, my teacher, so you should really fight with all courageous. So these are the blessings Arjun got to fight in the battlefield. And the war started. It was, the war was not just a small war. It was a Mahabharat. No? It was a great war. And this war, in Vedic times, they used to fight face to face. Now in this society, they just throw bombs and destroy everything. Even they destroy the nature, they destroy innocent people, they destroy everything. And the leaders, so-called leaders, are safely sitting in their houses, and the soldiers are going and throwing bombs. Usually in Vedic times, the king used to be in the front of the army to inspire the soldiers, and the king is in the front taking all the weapons in him. These were the Rajashri kings compared to now this modern so-called Kali Yuga society. It's just demonic. Yeah, so the war was for how many days? 18 days, no? 18 days, and in 18 days, so many things happened in the battlefield. And how Krishna was protecting Arjun, he said, my devotee never perish. No? And he said to Arjun, you boldly declare that my devotees will never perish. So he was protecting the Pandavas. And there are many, many stories in the battlefield how Krishna was protecting the Pandavas, especially the Arjun, who was the greatest warrior. Yeah, so Mahabharata and Bhagavad Gita is the nectar for us. Prabhupada translated in all languages that people can have this Krishna's words, personal. No? These are personal words of Krishna. So we are all fortunate souls that we have this opportunity to read Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada's mercy. Prabhupada came to West and he had a hard time. It was not easy. He had to, in the boat he has 2 heart attacks, and he came to America and he was living here and there, and somehow his preaching started and devotees started to come. And he wrote all the Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, all these books. Yeah, he was translating at night, He used to take some few hours rest and then he used to translate. Yeah, so great personalities, great devotees can do all this because they are 100% with Krishna, 100%. Not 1% like this or like no, just Krishna. So that's why Krishna gives them all the abilities and all this, protection that they can really preach Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada, he was old man, he had nothing, but all the West, all the Americans are following him. Why? Prabhupada said, why? Because he has Krishna. And all the students, they started to understand this. They were looking, the whole society is looking for Krishna, for God. But the way of living in this society, the way of they are taught in the society, don't understand the real goal of life. They think, no, I have to do this and this and this and this. Yeah, one can do. It's not that one should not do, but one should become God consciousness or Krishna consciousness. Then the life is happy. Otherwise, it's miserable. Without Krishna, it's miserable. Yeah, put Krishna in the center of one's life, and one can really be happy with Krishna. Otherwise, one cannot understand the real goal of life, and one thinks, oh, if I do this, then I will be happy. If I do that, and then I will be happy. No. It's flickering, like chanchal mind, so flickering mind. So, yeah. So, we all try to understand this point in our life. Somehow. My mother used to say me when I was young, she said, doesn't matter what happens, never leave the lotus feet of Krishna. Yeah, she was so devoted lady. So, Krishna's lotus feet at such a time, yeah, his presence. So at the time of death, Lord Krishna will come to us, definitely, because he is very kind. We have here many, many different stories from different devotees, how they were taken by Krishna's care and left their body very peacefully, happily, and hearing the holy name. Krishna arranges everything, yes, 100%. There is no doubt about it. If he understand it or not understand, but Krishna understands. Krishna knows everything. Yeah. Good. Are there any questions? Yeah.
I find it interesting in this particular verse that the enjoyer of sacrifice is situated in the body. So means that the actual enjoyer of whatever we are doing is not somewhere outside, but is inside with us.
Yes.
I find it quite. I do not have a clear question on that.
Mm-hmm.
I just find it interesting meditation.
Yeah, it's a good meditation, yes. Yeah, because Krishna says, I am the enjoyer of all sacrifices. And Krishna is within our heart. So when we do, like there is a verse, Manmana bhava mat bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evete satyam te pratijane priyosime. So Manmana bhava makta means always think of me, offer your homage to me, always serve me, all this. So this is because you are very dear to me. No? So devotees are very dear to Krishna. And Krishna is within the heart, and when we serve him, we are happy, and Krishna is also happy. He enjoys our devotion, our sacrifice. This is the sacrifice. Who is the Lord of the sacrifice? Vishnu is the Lord of sacrifice, who accepts your offerings. So, yes, it's right, because he's in our heart. No? He sees everything, and when you serve, you become happy. Then automatically, Krishna is happy and takes your service. He says, "Thank you for doing so nice service for me." Yeah. Because it's a reciprocation, no? Devotee and Krishna. Krishna cannot stay without devotee, and devotee cannot stay without Krishna. So it's a reciprocation. How we approach Krishna, Krishna approaches us. There is a saying that if you come 2 steps to Krishna, Krishna comes 10 steps to you. Yeah? So this is a. So Krishna is always waiting. Always, yes. It's so, how you say, devotion is so together. Devotion, devotee, Krishna, and devotion. 3 things are one. No? Like Radha and Krishna are one. So this is one. So when devotee serves Krishna, and by serving Krishna, one get more devotion. It increases, it never decreases. No? It's eternal, ever existing, ever blissful. It has no end. The more you do, the more you become happy, the more you want to do more. This is the meaning of the devotion. Yeah, for example, when some new person comes, he or she start to chant. Cannot stop, want to chant and you can do service. Just because it's eternal. It's there in our heart. It's a plant of devotion is already there. Prabhupada says, like sun is always there. Sometimes it's covered by clouds. So by illusion, by Maya, our devotion is covered. But as soon as its covering is off, immediately one gets so much devoted. It's so far out how this Krishna's energy works. You know how a person don't know anything comes and learns and chants, and you can. It's amazing. It's a magic. It really is a magic, And one feels so obliged and so happy when never had such a happiness. Because Krishna is the Lord of sacrifice. Do little do. He immediately gives you so much blessings and so much love and so much affection and so much care. Yeah. She's so happy. See, makes you happy. Prabhupada said, I make hippies happy, I make them happy. Prabhupada is a magic man. He did everything. It's amazing. And one reporter asked Prabhupada, what do you know about the hippies? Yeah? And Prabhupada said, you know better than me. Yeah. I make them happy. From hippies, I make them happy. Yeah. So, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Good. Okay, any other question? So, thank you. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Bhagavad Gita ki Jai. Jai Prahlad Lakshmi Nishinga Dev ki Jai. Gaura Premanand.
Narahari Mataji ki jai.
I guess we now need to call Bhagavad.
Yeah, okay.
Where he is.
You know how to make it off? Or maybe he's downstairs.
He should be somewhere. Mark, do you know how to turn it off, the translation? No?
Yes, I know.
Okay, because it's
I
still
will do it.